I genuinely feel bad for these people. Like, imagine you live in a place for a very long time, and residents, a lot of them grew up in Oakland. Oakland has always been kind of iffy, but recently it's been so bad that people are actually afraid to just leave their house. And you do have an Oakland resident here, Christine Cook, who is leaving Oakland with her son because of rising crime, saying that they just can't take it anymore at this point. They've lived in Oakland for all their lives, but with the crime being at such a high level, and what's really crazy about the Bay Area is you can have the highest crime rates, but they don't care, right? You could have like burning cars, you could have just cars being dumped everywhere, trash everywhere, robberies, theft, whatever it is, and nobody would care, right? This is why Oakland's office vacancies are like 40%, but it's more like 70% because everyone has left and they're just waiting for the lease to expire. And we already have so many big skyscraper projects being canceled in Oakland. If you check out what's going on here, she's fearful for her life. I get it. Oakland is probably one of the worst places to live. And if you look at what's going on, burglary rates are 41% higher than last year. Robberies have increased more than 20%. And of course, you also have all sorts of different, very sinful things happening in Oakland. I mean, if you look at some of these videos, you kind of get the idea. What is this? Like, this is dystopian. You just straight up have like armored police soldiers roaming around in Oakland. This is really serious. I mean, Oakland's so bad, you might as well just send in like straight up soldiers from like Cyberpunk 2077. This is absolute insanity. This sort of scene should not happen in any city. But of course, with Oakland and the crime rates that it's getting, I mean, you're going to be needing cops that are fully decked out with like armor gear. And that's exactly what it looks like right now. Like, if you just show me this clip, I'll probably think it's like some war zone. And Oakland is like a war zone every single day. I mean, look at this. Oakland neighborhood becomes just a massive dumping ground for stolen and stripped vehicles. This type of scene is everywhere. You have whole entire parking lots just full of trash, poop, destroyed tents. You just have homeless camps everywhere, RVs lined up. I mean, Oakland is probably one of the worst places to be. And what's really crazy, like, it really amazes me that this is the Bay Area that we're talking about. We're not talking about like some like poor, broke city where there's no industry. We're talking about the Bay Area where it's all like big tech, big finance, and all that is gone now because of how Oakland is dealing with things, how the Bay Area is dealing with things. San Francisco is already having vacancies up to 35% with more on the rise. I mean, they pretty much did this to themselves, right? It just doesn't make any sense, right? If you have all this crime, all this garbage, and you just not do anything. I mean, the laws are so lax in Oakland, when people want something, they just rob it. That's why burglaries are up so high. And tourists, I don't even know what tourists are doing. I mean, there's some tourists that just went to the gas station to pay some money for gas, and just in 2 seconds, like some guy came up, steals the luggage, and drives away. Absolutely crazy, man. Only in Oakland, and I guarantee the dude probably called the cops, but nothing ever happens. And this sort of scene is happening everywhere. Tourism is not flourishing. Tourists do not want to be in this area. And this type of scenario, it's happening everywhere, right? Like, you can't leave anything in your car at this point. In fact, if you don't leave anything in your car, you might even get your windows broken in anyway. And I feel bad for these tourists. And of course, all the other neighborhoods and all the other shops and stores who rely on tourism every year are slowly shutting down. And we have these types of scenes in Oakland. And also, other places, California isn't that great either. Like, Nordstrom just got looted in LA. 30 robbers went in, looted the crap out of the place. Yeah, this is basically California in a nutshell. I highly don't recommend this place. If you check out places like Miami, Tampa, Orlando, Austin, you generally don't really see these scenes. Even Manhattan, okay? As crazy as it is in New York City, they don't really have constant mass robberies and looting. Only in California. Laws are so lax. Oh, you robbed less than $1,000? It's just a misdemeanor. I've never heard that before. Only in the Bay Area, California, these types of locations.